I'm going all in. I mean, what else can I do, right? All ready for Halloween? I see that costume. I don't know where I was pointing, but it's okay, all right? What you want is a sack full of candy and the most terrifying Halloween of your life. Probably not, all right? Sometimes you gotta grow up, right? We all know that feeling all too well. What I've prepared for you is something in lieu of our recent disability. It's called Bootacular. What exactly is Bootacular? It's where you and I sit around this carpet space and talk about really awesome stuff that happened to us. Some would even call it spooky. Say what, you want to know about aliens? Is that what you want to know? Well, let's just say I'm privy to such knowledge. Whether or not you believe that is up to you. I think a lot of people keep quiet about this stuff for very obvious reasons, but you know, our days are numbered. All right, guys, let's go detect some aliens. With this SETI alien transmission receiver, anything is possible. Yeah, neat device. Yeah, I know I'm pretty cool at making loud noises and showing them off, but what's even cooler is what I've been through, the things I've seen. That's why you're here. You know, a Chad Chomsky story from time to time is always good for the spirits. So yeah, this video is really just me staking my claim. You know, kind of trying to prove here that I'm not insane in the membrane like so many of you want to believe. I'm here to tell you that it was real. It was all very real, a detailed account of all the events. That's what you'll see here today. What the aliens want and what do they do. You might find out a little bit of both of these things. Now, I'm gonna add this disclaimer because I know a lot of people preemptively chase spiritual encounters in a way they shouldn't under the capacity of dergs. Do not take dergs, all right? I did not take dergs. I had a pure, sober mind. What I gather, they want people to be pretty straight edge, and that cultivates healthier releases of serotonin and dopamine. I know that's your favorite. You don't need to do it. Just go outside, drink some water. Water is great. Not too much, not too little. I got a pre-animated sequence of events, a 3D time lapse, if you will. It's you're gonna love it, all right? You're gonna watch all of it. Crazy stuff, right? Let's do a breakdown, take by take, on what's happening here. Get to the bottom of this mystery. So, alright, we start off in my bedroom. A lovely place with red walls, very similar to this room, but this is obviously the office. The red walls you see behind me are not my bedroom. The events that you witnessed occurred about a year ago, late October 2020. Alright, it was a normal night. As I said, no dergs. I don't condone dergs. I don't do dergs. Dergs is dangerous. Dangerous for you, potentially other people, depending on what happens if you take them. So don't take dergs, all right? Look, guys, I only want your clout if you're straight edge, all right? If you're, you know, doing that bad stuff, I don't want your clout. So it was a normal evening, all right? Nothing really weird happened. I've been thinking a little bit about what would happen if aliens came down to Earth or whatever, but I think there's a level of suggestibility to it. I mean, I can't really tell you guys just about everything I figured out so far. I feel like there's a certain threshold of this information that you guys have to figure out if this stuff happened to you. All right, that way you can digest it a little easier. The first entity we encounter is a shadow, a very tall shadow. What was important about this shadow is it took me some time to sort of get used to it, and it would with anybody. I think your first sort of encounter with ghosts or whatnot, that's really clear cut. It's something that you have to build into, and if you're accepting enough of it, they can form more cohesively than they were before, you know. And they do make noises. They whisper and they can clap, they can generate sound. So I spent some time getting used to them. About 2 others popped up. I was with about 3, maybe 4, I couldn't really remember. So my thoughts behind this is that they were there to facilitate this event. You know, make sure that everything was going as planned. You know, there's plenty of theories out there as to who they are, what they are. I don't think they were malicious. You know, they were pretty benevolent, similar to the alien, so they weren't very threatening. It's just sort of easing into their presence. That's something in itself. A common theme is that this stuff is generated in the mind. But I've done tests on this with people, because if you touch them, if you reach out into areas where they approach you. I can see that. Ever since this occurred, I have this vision why I don't say like I'm not psychic, but I can see this stuff pretty much anywhere I want to. I'm not gonna tell you my litmus test, but I will tell you that it does work. And I've tried it out on a few people, and they probably say, yeah, you're on the right track. You touch them, they'll touch back, all right? You extend a hand, it might shake your hand a little bit, and you get little tingles, maybe your hair raises, you'll feel it for sure. And that's how you know it happens. So not only do you get like a tactile confirmation, but you also get the visual confirmation if it's happening both at the same time. I don't have the capabilities right now to portray this stuff as accurately as I would want to, so not all of this stuff looks the way it did, but you know, this is just a depiction, all right? This is the point. So if you have an experience like this and it differs slightly, that's kind of the point. If it's a little bit similar, then we're on the same page. Good stuff may happen. So as the alien approaches, it's sort of like an illusion. It's like a little magic trick. It's like, and then it forms. It starts forming. I would describe what I saw as the most visually compelling thing I've seen in my entire life, aside from, I don't really know what else, my future wife. It wasn't anything you wouldn't expect an alien to look like. And for me, I always theorized, you know, oh, the alien's gonna look like this. You know, everybody says, oh, it could be made out of light, and that's kind of what I was seeing here, but I know behind this illusion there's something organic happening. They have very innocent, angelic appearances, and you know, you can just trust them right off the bat. So that's kind of what I did. I was like, hey, cool. We had like a conversation or whatever, and yeah, that's sort of portrayed with the eyes, the lights in its eyes sort of looks like he's blinking. It actually was like a ring in the eyes that would, you know, do like a little wavy motion. You kind of knew what it was portraying. It was usually just sort of an emotional state, but you know, we had some shared ideas. The telepathy is kind of harder to get behind because you're not going to know if it's your thoughts, someone else's thoughts, but with this is very clear cut, very distinct. What's happening is like a dialogue. At one point I did reach out and touch the alien when I gained enough courage, and it sort of sent waves into the end of my finger. It didn't make me feel anything, but there was a very visual confirmation that I was making some form of physical contact with whatever I was engaging with, whether that's a hologram or an astral projection or whatever you want to call it, all right? So, and then near the end, the alien would sort of play. It was sort of a playful alien, just kind of going in and out of my face, and it would like make my eyes vibrate. And I don't really know why that happened. It was just sort of having fun. But, you know, we spent a good time together, you know, about, I don't know, 6-7 hours. I, you know, tend to think that most people struggle with, like, existentialism and problems in relation to that. But after this night, it seemed to go away from me. You know, I'm not too worried about what happens in the afterlife. You know, I completely lost my ability to sleep. And this was not good. You know, you can't sleep. Every time I would try to sleep, it feels like my eyes were being forced open. But eventually what happened is, you know, a few days went by and I just felt so tired and fatigued, and I couldn't do much of anything. You know, my mind was sort of burning rubber. You're not going to be paranoid, but you're going to be at best euphoric, and this is going to prevent you from sleeping. You really do at the point, you know, you don't sleep for a long enough time, you know bad stuff is going to happen. What you got to do is really just have something on standby, and if you really have to go into like a sleep clinic, you can do that. Nobody's going to frown against it. Just make sure you go to the right one. You go to the wrong sort of sleep clinic, you're going to have a really bad time, okay? You will. What do they want? All right, very good question. They want species unity across Earth, which means going vegan. I know you guys would be like, dude, vegan? Are you crazy? I gotta go lifting, I gotta go biking, I gotta go yell at people. I know it's kind of a bum deal. I know, like you're gonna be missing out on all your favorite foods like cheese, which is not very good for you anyway. I've always had theories on what aliens would want, because if you think like an alien, you'll know, you kind of know just what they're looking for, right? They want peace and stuff like that, but at the same time they want you to treat what you have on Earth with respect and dignity. I was vegan before meeting aliens, and I think that might have helped me meet aliens, if you know what I mean. So yeah, and they also obviously want world peace. It makes sense. You get world peace, I think you get a direct line of contact with alien life, and they're not gonna extend official contact, or at least make it public, until everything goes as planned. Because if it doesn't, then we'll have disarray on Earth, conflicting ideas, you know. I don't really know what else to say about the aliens. You got my breakdown, you know what happened. You know, this has been my alien encounter, and I will see you next time.